This video was filmed over the course of several days. The reason for that is because during filming, I got hit with the flu A. And so my voice decided to kill itself, and once my voice is better, I also had a shit ton of schoolwork to make up, so I couldn't film for a while. Anyway, I'm here now. This is my launch titles video. If I sound sick or disgusting at all, it's because I am sick. Video game console launch titles. A good console, or even a bad console, will be nowhere without them. They're the games that show what the new console can do to the public for the very first time, outside of tech demos and showcases. The first time a gamer can pick up the new console and go, I like this, or, oh god, it's the Wii U. Anyway, today I'm going to be taking a look at some of the video game launch titles like premiere systems since the year 2000. Let's take a look at it. This is Game Console Launch Titles. Also, no handheld systems, so we're not doing any DS launches, because those are all pretty bad. Anyway, let's start off with the PlayStation 2. Now, this launch was oversaturated with sports games. Out of the 23 games that launched with the system on day one, 13 of them were sports games. I don't mean like racing or hunting. I mean like a bunch of ESPN games and some Madden and NFL stuff. Apart from that, the only really good standout games on this list were Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore. It's Dead or Alive. How can it not be fucking awesome? Dynasty Warriors 2. That was a lot of fun. Midnight Club by Rockstar. That's a really good game, actually. I mean, it's so good that it shows the information for Franklin's character in GTA 5. Ridge Racer 5. It's PlayStation, so of course they're gonna launch with Ridge Racer. Why wouldn't they? Tekken Tag Tournament. Again, it's Tekken. How can you ever go wrong with freaking Tekken? It's awesome. And Time Splitters, which has become more of a meme, honestly, than anything else in recent years. Because of how bad it was, but it's on there because it's funny and had a cool concept that never got fully explored. Anyway, this launch, a bit of a mixed bag. I'm gonna be giving these all ratings, by the way. So, yeah, the PS2 launched, bit of a mixed bag of games. I don't really know here. The Nintendo GameCube. You either love it or you hate it. But there's no denying that its launch was underwhelming. It did have some great games like Crazy Taxi, one of my personal favorites from the arcade, and Xbox, and GameCube. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which looked great running on a GameCube. Like, it looked really impressive for the time. Like, nowadays it looks like crap, but back then it looked really great. Luigi's Mansion, that's always going to be popular for anyone, really. If you hated the GameCube or not, you always have to love Luigi's Mansion. And Wave Race Blue Storm. But apart from that, again, you get a lot of like oversaturation of really bad sports games. Like, this is before, like, they had like all these MLB games, like ESPN presents MLB. So that was before MLB got really good at 2K, and then of course MLB The Show series is coming out later on in the gaming world. But yeah, it's even more prevalent here than the PlayStation 2 launch because, whether exactly neck and neck in the PlayStation 2 launch, here sports games like Madden NFL and NBA games way outnumber any other game on the list. So with that, I don't know, it's a really bad launch. I mean, it has great games, but the overall launch was pretty poor. So, Microsoft's first ever console, the original Xbox. How did it fare in terms of launch titles? Let's find out, shall we? So first up we have Project Gotham Racing. Yeah, that's a really good game. No, seriously, for a first-time console, this has some very, very, very good titles on it. Project Gotham Racing started a long-lasting franchise, which I love to death. Cell Damage was another very solid title if you picked up the system early. One of the first ever pre-ordered games, I guess, with major huge developer consoles. Test Drive Off-Road. A Test Drive game. Yeah, you can't ever go wrong with Test Drive games. And of course, Halo Combat Evolved. One of the most influential, if not the most influential shooters of the modern day. Definitely the most influential shooter since the year 2000. And one of my favorite games of all time. So this game launch has a lot of quality in it. It also launched the Shrek game. But apart from that, it's a really solid game launch.
3 days later.
Yeah, this launch fucking blows. Seriously, the closest thing you even have to a headliner here is either Call of Duty 3, Ridge Racer 7, or Resistance. Now, Resistance is probably the closest thing you actually have to a console seller here, except for the fact that it went obsolete so damn fast, no one cares about it. Call of Duty 3 was at the point where Call of Duty just realized that World War II is getting pretty damn stale, and Ridge Racer, although fun, is just another Ridge Racer game. Seriously, there's no variety here. Unless you count the 8 sports games that launched alongside these games. The thing fucking sucks. The Nintendo Wii launched in 2006 as a much more solid and diverse lineup than we got with the GameCube. This included games like Call of Duty 3, a somewhat clunky, motion controls adapted version of the PS2 game, minus the multiplayer, Wii Sports, a much beloved and one of the best selling games of all time title, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, my personal favorite Tony Hawk game, although I played on the DS, and Excite Truck, the return of the Excite series. So, yeah, this is a really great overall launch. And hey, it didn't even include a shit ton of sports titles. The Xbox 360 shipped with the launch that was pretty vacant. While the original Xbox shipped with Halo, the Xbox 360 shipped with Project Gotham Racing 3. And while that's a great game in general, it ain't Halo. As far as systems are concerned, I'm pretty sure Microsoft thought that was going to be Perfect Dark Zero, but that just refused to happen. We all know the Wii U failed way past hard, but its launch was packed with variety. We had Assassin's Creed 3, which is an Assassin's Creed game, and honestly one of my favorites in the series. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, I put over 200 hours into that game. Mass Effect 3, running on a Wii U? Hell yeah. New Super Mario Bros. U, while the game may be pathetic, it was Mario at launch, like proper Mario at launch. Scribblenauts Unlimited. If you want creativity in a game, you play Scribblenauts. And Ninja Gaiden 3. That much variety from a Nintendo launch, from any launch, is impressive. The only thing stopping this from being a solid 5 is the fact that some of these games did run better on other consoles, and the fact that they're all available on other consoles. But seriously, for somebody who's a diehard Nintendo fan at the time like me, this was a launch to die for. Just like the PlayStation 3, boy am I not a big fan of this launch. Yeah, this is a bit of a mixed bag in the worst way possible. On the good side, we have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, a very good game. Injustice Gods Among Us, which was not great on the PS4, but was a good game overall. And Battlefield 4, which, again, ran better on the Xbox One. The bad column includes things like Angry Birds Star Wars. Why? Call of Duty Ghosts, which is it's a bad game all around, and Just Dance 2014, which is an okay game if you're into the movement type games. But remember, for the PS4, you had to buy PlayStation cameras or PlayStation Moves, which are the oddly foul looking devices with the ball in the end. And the meh category is Need for Speed Rivals. So this game's a mixed bag, but overall, it just doesn't hold up to what we expect from a modern day PlayStation launch. Let me just say this. After the 360, there was nowhere to go but up for Microsoft when it came to launch titles, and the Xbox One did alright. Good games here included Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, like the PS4, but it ran better on the Xbox. Forza Motorsport 5, a very, very, very fun racing game. Hell, they even remade the Top Gear track for it. Battlefield 4, again, I mentioned my PS4 segment that it ran better on the Xbox, and it did. It ran 60 FPS as opposed to 45 FPS, which is actually quite noticeable in a game like Battlefield. And the internet multiplayer actually went a lot better. A Dead Rising remake, which was a lot of fun, and Zoo Tycoon, which is always nice to see on an Xbox, or really on anything nowadays. And the bad games included Angry Birds Star Wars, like the PS4. Why? Why does it even exist? Zumba World Party. Gotta get the Kinect use somehow, right? Oh yeah, there's a bundle for Kinect because, fuck, people like Kinect, right? No, they don't. And Call of Duty Ghosts, which is just a bad game. Meh goes to Need for Speed Rivals and Rise Son of Rome, a game which I've actually done a review on this channel. Stuff that I liked, but there were a lot of button segments which I didn't really like. But anyway, yeah, it's a much better launch than the 360, just nothing spectacular. This is a tough one. When your system launches is only 3 games, it's really difficult to call it a good launch. I know Zelda Breath of the Wild is an amazing game. Problem is, it isn't a system seller, because it was also released for the Wii U on the same day. Now I know I'm one of the only 5 people in the entire fucking universe who owned a Wii U, but my point still stands. At least with Twilight Princess, when that launched with the Wii, they waited 1 to 2 weeks to put it on the GameCube as backwards compatible. But it was a same-day launch with Breath of the Wild. Now, also, it did run way better on the Switch, admittedly, but you could still pick it up on the Wii U, so it's not a system seller. Now, the other 2 games are Super Bomberman R, which is a upscale graphics, new game mode, arcade-style 3D Bomberman game. It's Bomberman, what do you really expect? And 1-2 Switch, which is 1 hour of fun, never again, please. Yeah, it's just not as good of a motion-based launch style as Wii Sports was. That really, like 1-2 Switch was, I guess, kind of like the 3D Rumble demo. Wii Sports just felt like so much more. I mean, Wii Sports is also one of the best-selling games of all time, due to Pac-Man syndrome. And the fact that it's a fun game. I actually had to buy it because my Wii came with Mario, which is also a fun game. But point being, whatever I say here, people are going to get really mad at me. The Nintendo Switch, Zelda, fun game, no doubt. But as overall launch, and especially in the variety category, yeah, no, this is not a good launch. So, sorry. Anyway, that was my video on console launch titles since the year 2000. Now, I might do one before the year 2000, and maybe even do one on handhelds. Let me know if you guys like this type of stuff. Anyway, till then, signing off.